What's up, guys, and happy Friday. If you're watching this today, I have a really awesome video for you today. It's a previous recording of today. Actually, we had a live Zoom session with Leto and his wife Vanessa, the founders of 8 Minute Trader and the scalper indicator that is coming up here shortly within the next week or two. So we had a good discussion with them talking about why this program is gonna be mold breaking, things that you have never seen before, have only dreamed of. I think you're gonna see here, and it is just going to blow your mind. So I'm really excited to show this video discussion that was happening, showcasing some of the products. Before I do that though, just want to let you know that trading is risky. What I'm going to show you today and the things that are going to be seen on your end is information that is for educational purposes only. Okay, I'm not a financial advisor. Please work with a professional advisor if that is what you need, but the results here are not guaranteed. Nothing here is guaranteed. So please look at your own risk tolerance and never use money that you cannot afford to lose when playing with this kind of stuff. Okay, with that, thank you guys and enjoy.
Can you guys hear okay?
You sound good, man.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
Thanks for having us here. What a pleasure.
Yeah, absolute an honor. I want to address a couple things real quick. First off, Scott, when you talk about your story of how you tried to develop something like this and you were unsuccessful in doing that, and that, Sal figured it out, I want to offer you a different perspective on that. Really, I want to offer you, if you could change your story, and this is why. What I've developed has been a total team effort. A lot of the algorithms that are supporting our new strategies, a lot of those are my brainchild, but the team that I'm surrounded by with our developers, our programmers, we have trading consultants, we have beta test groups, we have trade masters that have tested everything. There's no way in hell that we'd ever have any kind of tools that we have now if it wasn't for the collective effort of the entire team that's been working on this project. So my question to you, Scott, would be, what's the difference between you and I? Meaning, I couldn't have done this by myself, so I can't say that I did. This is not just me. This isn't a Sal thing. This is a collective effort. So what's the difference between my connection to the team that's helped all contribute to develop these tools and your connection to our team that's helped develop all the tools? My point is that you and I are the same, and you're still on your journey of succeeding, and we're still on our journey of succeeding. It's never going to stop. So it's not one team didn't do it and this team did it. We're all one team. And these tools that we're developing, right, they're already incredible. They're already proven to be effective and reliable. We're placing them into your hands, but there's no doubt that the journey's just getting started right now, that we're going to continue to optimize, enhance, tweak, and improve what we're starting with, right? So I want you to see yourself as being a part of our team and a part of the process in making these tools a reality, because we're still at the beginning stages. It was wonderful hanging out and having fun with you guys in Vegas and Jamsey. Just, you guys are rock stars. What you guys are doing right now in your community, your team is so blessed to have you guys leading at the helm. And Dabo, Vanessa and I have always just greatly respected you, your humility, your sincerity, your passion, your authenticity, your composure and demeanor, who you are. You could just see it by the way you speak and the way you conduct yourself, your videos and the quality of your marketing. I know we've had a lot of mutual friends and mutual relationships, and we never got to get really, really tight. But from seeing you across the room, I've always had a very great level of respect for you. And we're all here just doing our best, right? One project at a time. So I just want to, say thank you guys to the leadership here. One other thing real quick before we share, what we're going to get into is, I just did a quick math right now when I was sitting here, and Vanessa and I have legitimately spent well over $500,000 of our personal capital, our personal savings, to put this together. And that's not an embellishment. It's not an exaggeration. In the last 19 months, it's literally costed over $500,000 to put this together because of the teams that we had to compensate to help program, develop, the beta test groups, the reporting, the technology, the server space, the back testing. I mean, it's expensive. And when you get into high level development, programmers and developers are not inexpensive, as you know, Scott. So the reason I'm sharing that is because imagine we've invested over $500,000 to develop this, and now we're just giving it to you, and you're going to get the exact same potential and benefit of what we developed with our team for $600, right? It's insane. Normally when someone invests to build something, they want to sell it for more than that, right? They want to sell it for a profit, and it's going to take thousands and thousands of customers to make us ultimately profitable in this experience as we're going to start building in Youngevity. But our intention was, there's so much opportunity out there to make money. There's no reason to hoard or to hide. The way Vanessa and I have felt is that, number one, we never expected to have the breakthroughs in the trading strategies that we had, where we finally were like, this is it. Oh my gosh. Yes, I really do feel like we cracked the code. But the way we felt is like we're standing on top of a tall wall. If you picture yourself on a tall, let's say a brick wall, and on one side you have millions of people, food, right? Amazing food, amazing drinks, right? So we're in the middle. You got people that are in famine, and then on the other side there's a big old feast available, but no one's there. And then and imagine holding that key, and you go, oh my gosh, if I can just push that key and turn the door and open the gateway, those people, right? You connect the dots. Those people can come onto the other side and feast because there's too much food for us to eat, right? That's what's happening here. There's too much money out there for us to make it all by ourselves. There's way too much. There's more money than what you can spend in a lifetime when it comes to trading. And we've been through failures. We've had amazing successes. But we know that there are millions of people looking right now, millions of people like you guys. You talked, Scott, about the passion of these young entrepreneurs and these digital traders and your journey of wanting to become independent. We're not alone, right? There's millions of people out there who are still in their pursuit of something that works, and they don't know about us. They still think it's not possible. They have no idea we exist, right? So you're holding a key just as much as I'm holding the key. And the question is what are you going to do with that key? Are you going to stick it in the door and open it and be that gateway to bless people's lives?
Or I can't find my folder.
We live in a day and age in society where when people are suffering out there, this is what people do. When people are suffering out there, this is what people do. Right? They sit and watch and record. And, there's all these videos online now of crazy situations. You guys know what I'm talking about. Let's say like Paul Walker, right? Paul Walker, the actor from Fast and Furious. He crashed into a pole and with his driver. Car caught on fire. They were screaming for help. And the crowd on the street just kind of walked up and just said, oh man, dang, check this out. Right? My wife was telling me 2 days ago, they were at the beach, and there was this older man who got caught by the undertow, and he started getting drug out into the ocean, and he started panicking and he started screaming for help. And people just kind of slowly, kind of in an indifferent stupor, walked up and just started staring at him when he's screaming for his life, right? And they had to call this emergency boat to come and try to rescue him. My point is that, we just live in a day and age right now where people, they have an opportunity to help, and they'd rather just instead record it for social media and just capture the moment on camera instead of taking action, right? So what we're about taking action, right? We're going to document as much as we can, but the whole point is like, we're here to save and to rescue, because we know firsthand the struggle and the pain of, I haven't shared with most of you our story, but I grew up on welfare and food stamps, right? When I was 5 years old, my mom went to jail and I was sent to live with my dad out in Compton, California. And then I grew up on welfare and food stamps, and I grew up with being ashamed of my household. I was embarrassed. The car that I would get dropped off in school had big old rust holes on the side of it. It was a hideous vehicle. And I remember being in high school, I was so embarrassed. I would make my grandpa drop me off a couple blocks away. I'm not kidding. I would say, drop me off at the store. I'm going to buy a pack of gum before I go into class today, every day. Because I didn't want anyone to see the car that my family owned. I've been homeless. I've been hospitalized with alcohol poisoning. I've struggled. I've been in debt. I've had a car repossessed back in 2008. And, I'm taking all the time to talk here, but, Vanessa and I have very similar backgrounds. We grew up in the inner cities of LA, and both of our families came from struggle. Her family is full of hardworking immigrants who barely spoke English and just lived under a philosophy that life's hard and you have to struggle and you have to trade time for money. Right. And she went through her own journey. But so I just want to let you guys know, like, we know what it means to be broke and to struggle for years and to not know literally where your next meal is going to come from, and to be in survival mode and to be stressed out of your mind. And we also know what it's like to be super successful and to have more money coming in than what you even know to do with. Right. And we're here to lead, because there's no doubt, no matter what your philosophies are on making money, there's no doubt that having money and having resources in your life is the better way to go, way better than being limited with resources, because money is energy, money is power. It gives you options and it allows you to empower other people. It's a powerful resource to have. And life is tough whether you're rich or not, right? But if I'm going to cry, I'd rather cry in my Ferrari than to cry on a bus bench, right? That's a kind of a joke there. But so I just want to just share, I haven't shared that with really many people in this community, that we're doing this for the people. We really are. And, I'll let Vanessa talk, because a lot of people don't even know the only reason we're in Youngevity is because of Vanessa. Vanessa set this up. These were through relationships that she had to bring these thoughts together, where she saw what we were developing, and then she saw Youngevity, and she had a connection, and conversations happened where, because of that, we got invited to go meet Steve Wallach out in California at their corporate office and start talking about all this, right? And that's a whole nother piece to the pie, is that, like Daba was saying, we've been in companies in the past that just were being ran by owners that didn't have experience, didn't have credibility, didn't have true leadership, because they were just too young and inexperienced to know what to do in difficult circumstances. But to have an opportunity to be with a company that does know what to do in a difficult circumstance, a company that's already been through the fire of building a sustainable business. So that's a whole nother piece to the pie that we, wouldn't be here if it wasn't for that blessing, right? Mm-hmm. So we've all been blessed. We've all gotten lucky. We've all had open doors, and we're all going to share equally in the rewards that are going to come from what's been built so far.
Yeah, no, I agree. Since day one for us, joining a network marketing space has been for the people. Sal and I have worked with so many ministries or outreaches, volunteering out in LA, because we knew people needed help, and we knew that we were growing in leadership, and we were growing in our mindset, and financially as well, that we knew that we can help other people. And honestly, there's such a satisfaction to us when we're able to join here, like with this group, 160 people, and just share of what we've been through and how we can help, how we can always extend a hand out and pull people up with us. Some people say it's lonely at the top, and I say, why? It doesn't have to be. I love joining in groups with people. I love conversating with people. This is just a space that we love. And so, like Double was saying, the important thing when you're in a large group is having duplication. And we did not have that. We loved the technology space. We loved trading, but we knew it wasn't duplicatable. And, my space was a lot of stay-at-home moms, women who are in college, full-time people who are in full-time jobs. And so what I would tell them is like, oh, learn how to trade so that, on your free time, you can do this and you can earn extra income. Well, the problem with that was that, okay, on their spare time, they had to spend 2 hours learning, go through the academy, and then, jump on our 1 hour live training calls. And it was just like, okay, I'm actually just giving you a second job. Like, I'm sorry. And if you learn it for the next year, maybe you can make some money. And so I knew that it just wasn't it. And so that's what our mind just focused on. And that was our intention until it became our intention to make this so simple and remove all the extra studying, remove all the extra lines through the graphs and all that. People ask us for all these extra tools, and we're like, look, let's keep it simple, because that's duplicatable, and that's how you can really help people. If you really want to help the masses, you need to make it simple, because not everybody has extra time. Now my nephew, who's a college student working full time, he's able to, on his lunch break, guys, you don't even know how many people have, this is my nephew, and we've also heard it from so many other people, on their lunch break, on their way to work, they go into a trade. Yesterday, we had a lady who was jogging and was trading during our morning call. I mean, that is duplication, when somebody can hop on the call a few minutes, trade, win, and go on with their day. I mean, that is something where you are able to help the masses. And so that was our intention in developing this, making it so simple. Us taking in all the hard work, all the analysis. I hear Sal and Coach Mo hours before the call, analyzing charts. I mean, this is something that you guys don't have to do, so that you can jump on the morning call and then take your trades and make some profits. I mean, that is duplication there, and I feel like I'm not lying to people that, hey, come and do something so that you can make extra income for your household in just a quick amount of time. Now I feel like I'm just being so honest, so full of integrity, that is true, and that is becoming live in people's lives.
Vanessa, I want to jump in here real quick, because this is so important. One of the things that I was afraid of, having built this business of mine online, was that I was going to have to just ditch it, because I was not able to achieve my objective, which was exactly what you just described. It's not easy. I started out telling people how easy it was, because you could make, $400 or $500 a day in oil futures, like in an instant, but you couldn't do it consistently. And so, when you talk about integrity, at some point you got to hang it up. But Sal, I also want to thank you for that, because you lifted another burden off my shoulders by giving me another way of looking at it. I actually have succeeded in my quest, because I'm here now. So I set out to do what you and your team were able to create, but by being here, by recognizing the opportunity, I was able to come full circle and fulfill my objective. It's absolutely beautiful. Could you talk a little bit about, for the people that don't even know why we're here, talk a little bit about the morning call and the scalper, and like what the package includes when it launches? Because I was really happy to hear you say yesterday on the call last night, what was it, the compensation call? I was really happy for you to like nail down, like when somebody asked you how long before launch, you said straight up 2 weeks. So that's what I'm going with. We have 2 weeks from this moment to invite as many people as we possibly can to look at this for free without any cost. Don't try to convince anybody. Don't try to talk them into anything. Just say, look at it. And if over the next couple of weeks, you don't convince yourself, we never speak of it again. But I'd like, if you could go through the package and tell us a little bit about the morning call, which is so much fun. I can't even believe it.
I always get people ask me, does it really work? And I say, well, I mean, we're showing it for free. You have to be bold to show something for free if it doesn't work. So, I mean, we're here, we go live, and we're allowing people to access it for free, which I think it's already been free for about 2 to 3 weeks. And we're allowing it for another 2 weeks. So, I mean, that takes boldness if your software is not working to go on and take it out for free. But I mean, this is working. So
yeah, exactly. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play a 1 minute video, because in 1 minute I could show a lot. I could show like 10 minutes of talking in 1 minute. So I'm gonna play this really quick for you guys. And this is a sneak peek that really shows you the morning call.
Are you sharing the screen? Can you guys see the screen? We're sharing
now they can.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
This is trading, right? We all learn and grow together, and every day is a learning experience. See what we could have done differently.
Can't really hear the audio.
You guys hear that? Let me know in the chat if you can hear that.
Had actually more, not just winning days, but more days without a single loss than I've had days with a single loss. The strategy is just, again, I'm mind blown.
Okay, I'm getting into a sell now, and I'm just holding it currently. I'm creating a little stop loss here. So I'm gonna get this stop loss, bring it down. As you can see, I just dragged it to right there. So if it hits, it's gonna take me out, making it tight. So if it hits, it hit. So on one trade, we did $38.59, and the other trade we did $91.
But interesting. It's interesting how I'm learning when the market's that rangy. It pays to be very, very patient.
All right, so that's a quick video for those of you that haven't been on the morning calls. But what I wanted you to remember is you saw a chart, right, with candlesticks, and then you saw a green. Whoops. Hold on one second.
Together, and every day is a learning.
There we go. There was a green line running across the screen and a red line. And so that's our way of making it ultra simple, is because like Vanessa said, we do a lot of analysis before the market open call. And there's a lot of different tools and reports that we have to study before we get on the call. But for you, if you're brand new, you don't have to do any analysis at all. We realize that if we just share the screen and we show you the green line and the red line, okay? If a green candle pierces the green line, we look for a buy. And then if a red candle pierces down through the red zone, we look for a sell. That's it. I mean, like that is literally the entire process, right? And so we're just patient. We listen to our coach's direction as he explains what he is doing. And then everyone has the freedom if they want to take action along with the coach or not, if they want to take a trade along with the coach or not. And that's when we said, okay, that's the way to do this. If you want to help people, don't try to make trading complicated and teach them all the analysis part. We'll do all that for you. You get to just get on when it's prime time and it's time to execute the strategy. Now, this specific strategy, our first 2.5 months, this started last year, our first 2.5 months, we traded without a single loss. And our average win was between 5 to 10%. So if you understand compounding, we were like, oh my gosh, this is it. And that's without trading recklessly. Few minutes a day, we started compounding our accounts 25, 30, 40, 50% a week consistently. And we were like, wow, I think with our analysis set up and our structure, I think we're going to be really effective at trading the market open. And then we started by trying to teach the analysis to our beta group. And it was impossible. It was just like Dava was saying, just most people, they're just not there mentally. They don't even care enough to want to learn all the analysis, right? We're like, all right, if we just share the screen.
I think for this industry, like it's you have to be passionate, because I feel like a lot of times people, when they're going to start learning trading, they can get paralyzed because it's so much information. And it really is like you're going back to school, and you have to be passionate for it. So when we tried to teach everybody else, it was just, they just want a simple way of doing it.
Yeah. I mean, they want to make money, but they're not passionate about the process to learn, right? So here's what I got to tell you guys this, because I know we have some traders on the call. Please listen to me. You know, yesterday on Facebook, I had a friend of mine that I've talked to for years about trading. And he started posting, you know, saying things like, oh, if you hear anyone saying that you can make 2 to 3% a day trading, even if you're new, you better run the opposite direction. That's not how trading works. Trading is difficult and you need to be disciplined and you need to suck it up and stick it out. And it's a long, hard journey, blah, 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 blah. right? And so I messaged him and I said, you know, I agree that trading can be difficult. There's no denying that. I've been through that journey myself. I learned how to trade. I get it. But just because something's always been hard in the past doesn't mean that it's always going to be hard. So what our goal here is to disrupt the traditionalism inside trading and cut off all that complicated fat that's just a big deterrent to helping people make something simple and then have a breakthrough in what's possible in compounding your account. And we're proving it every single day. Our average customer right now is making between 3 to 5% a day in a few minutes. That's our average customer. That's never been possible before in trading. Now, the people that have a skill set that we're working with, when you join us, you're going to enter into a private coaching community, private coaching. We're going to sharpen your skills and help you to become an advanced trader while keeping it super, super simple, elementary, like anyone will be able to follow along and be excited because you'll be crushing it and compounding your account while you're going through the education process. But when you become a skilled trader, our skilled members, we have a lot of skilled traders in our community, especially in our beta group that are using the scalper. I'm not exaggerating. I could show you they're making 30, 50, 80, 100% gains per week. And I know that's like, no, don't say that. Oh my gosh, no, whoa, that's scary. I know it's scary because I never thought I would ever publicly say that because I'm a leader and I know you got to be careful with the expectations you set in the community. But when you see those results every week, every month, month after month, month after month, you finally have to just realize that you can't deny truth. There could be a freaking miracle right in front of your face, but because you refuse to believe that it's possible, then it's not possible for you. We're here. It's 2022. It's time to set the bar high on what's possible. I think that we're going to help people compound like nobody's business. Just go to the Telegram results group, go to the Facebook results group, get on our live calls like Vanessa said, and you'll see like Kelly Stevens, right? Some of you heard her story. Her first week ever trading live, ever in her life. She's up 20% right now in her first week. And we only traded 3 out of the 5 days. So do the math. If she's up 20% after 3 trading days in her first week ever trading live, how much is she averaging per day? Over 6% a day. How long is she trading? 2 minutes a day. So is it possible? I don't know. Just look at all the results and you tell me what's possible. And what's so cool is that it's compliant. That's the key, right? Like we want this to last long term. I know of some automatic programs out there that are pretty effective, but they're illegal, right? So I don't tell other people about those programs because eventually they're going to get shut down. You can't auto trade in the United States without being a commodities trading advisor, a CTA. Okay, so what's a CTA? It just means that you have to be licensed and registered with the Commodities and Future Trading Commission, with the CFTC, to be able to trade for other people in the United States. And if you're not licensed, then you can't trade for people. And if you are trading for people, guess what? The CFTC will come in. They'll be more than happy to shut you down and to take all your money. And guess what? If you are licensed and you can trade for other people, you can't work with brokerages that are offshore, that are unlicensed and unregulated. So you don't even have enough leverage to compound an account the way that normally you'd want to. So you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't, right? That's why we didn't go down the path of wanting to become CTAs and trade for other people and try to create some passive program, because the United States is too regulated and restrictive on what's possible if you are registered and licensed, right? So we're very compliant because you're in control of what broker you use. Your money stays in your control at all times. Imagine all these programs out there where you send your crypto to someone else, or you send a bank wire to someone else to trade for you. Number one, it's illegal. Number two, you don't have control of your money. And those programs are only promising like 2% a day or 3% a day, which, yeah, I mean, in the world of compounding, that's still incredible. But imagine what our team's thinking. We're sitting there watching people lose money because these companies pull the rug out from them, and they were promising something that's not even as good as what we're doing, and people keep their money in their account with our program. It's win-win. right? It's 2022. You don't have to depend on other people to help you grow your money. You have the power. Then that's, to me, that's such a better benefit than even making money. It's empowering you and giving you confidence that you can push the button. You can get into a trade. You can close that trade and you can make profit. You can grow your account. You can be the hero. It's not about someone else. It's about you. It's about you stepping up with courage and boldness and taking action and going all in and saying, all right, I've seen people do it. I can do this. I can do this, right? And so far, all the results that we've been seeing in our community, it's only from the morning open call. We have a software that I can show you, Scott. If you want me to share the screen, I can pull up the scalper in real time, and I can pull up some instruments right now and show you. We have basically what you do on the morning call. You can do that 3, 4, 5, 6 times again and again every day, because we have professional analysis, buy and sell alerts that pop up on any instrument that you want to trade, any time frame, 24 hours a day. And I've used a ton of indicators.
Please show it, because people have been begging me for it.
All right.
Just to add to that, I've been, as a marketer, I've looked at so many different programs, and I've never seen anything that does even close to this without it being a scam, without it being something that is, you're giving up custody of your money, right? And again, as a marketer, I just continuously look at things. And so when I saw this, I was just like, there's no way. But of course I just tested it for myself, because that's what I do. And it's, I don't know, I'm mind blown myself. Again, like we've been down this road many, many times, looked at many programs, and I've never seen anything perform like this.
So I'll tell, since you guys have some trading experience, right now we're just looking at the US 30. This is the 5 minute. I can go to the 1 minute. You guys could just tell me. So these are real-time alerts, folks, that you're seeing. You could see the way to use the software is if you get the word buy, then you can take a buy. If you get the word sell, then you can take a sell. That's it. That's the whole program, right? We talked about simplicity. It's not like, okay, let me check 85 different rules to see if they all line up with Confluence. No, it's just buy or sell, and you get in at your own discretion. And then there's 2 different ways to get out of the trade, which I'm not going to go over that right now, but exiting the trade is just as simple as getting in. That's it. It's 2 simple rules on knowing when to get out of your trade. So this is real time right here. I'm showing you a live chart, and I can go backwards and show you, in real time. You could see which ones win, which ones lose. So you could see there was a sell trade here. Let me zoom in a little bit. Give me 1 second. So, okay, so this was a real-time alert that popped in here. You can see the word buy, all right? And it popped up here after this little doji candle closed. And then you ask yourself, if you would have taken that buy, would the market have gone up after that? Well, it did. And that'd be a massive winner, right? Here's a sell. Depending on how fast you reacted, because this is a 1 minute chart, you could have scalped a profit there. The thing is this is US 30. And so you could make incredible profit with a very small move. Like if you measure even at the end of this candle to how far it went down on the bottom of that wick, I mean, that's still 250 pips, right? I could do this all day long. Look at this sell alert right here, real time. Did the market drop after that came in? Yes. Look at that sell alert. Did the market drop after that came in? Yes. I could show you any instrument, even right here. You would have probably went through some up and down right here. And if you do the measure, from, I would say let's say this candle, I'm trying to be conservative. This candle to the peak of growth there is about 155 pips, right? Depending on your strategy to get out. Here's another one right here. That's the one that came in before that. And so you guys can tell me what instrument to look at.
Would you
and I'll
check
pull it
oil?
up right now.
Can you check crude oil?
Crude oil. What's the symbol for that?
CL.
Or STI, is it?
Just right click, Sal. You might just need to go to symbols and see what it pulling up under for.
WTI.
Yeah, it changes.
WTI.
Yeah.
We never looked at one.
That one I don't. It's not coming up under WTI.
Just do gold then.
Okay. Well, let's try to find oil real quick. What's another possible symbol?
Oil is CL exclamation mark.
No, this is on Envy, the broker Envy. So we need to find out
Sometimes
what
they
they're-
sometimes they just write crude, CRUD, I think.
Let's see.
Sal, you could just right click and then just pull up the symbols.
Okay, on right click on symbols.
On the chart.
No, like in that field
In
where
that
you're
market
at.
watch
that-
panel. No, go back to the panel.
Yeah, right there.
Right click in
Oh.
there.
Oh, Vanessa's saying
COQ 22.
CLQ22.
That's what it says.
No.
Or this one.
Okay, I'll just right click here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right click. Go to
You do
symbols.
Brent.
It's okay. We're gonna find it right now. Then go to. What is it you pull up under? Scroll down.
Energies.
Energies. It's energies. Click the energies.
It's on the US oil. US
US
oil.
oil.
Oh, US oil.
There you
Okay.
go.
And then if I can I click and drag or no?
So click that and then click the show button to the right. So just click that to highlight and then click show to the right. There you go. Now it's at the bottom.
there it
Now
is.
hit close out of that window.
Okay. Now after this, can you guys help me with my elementary math quiz?
Yes.
Thank you.
Jamesy can anyway.
I've never brought up oil ever. So
Yeah,
what's a good time frame on oil?
Open, same as the US 30 is a good
Okay.
time.
Just try the 5-minute, yeah.
Just zoom out a bit. Oh yeah.
There we
Oh,
go.
there we go.
That's all you need right there is that one call.
Yeah, oil is pretty crazy, like US 30.
Okay.
Mm.
So I've never pulled it up. I've traded a couple commodities, but not oil. So that obviously that's the last alert there. That's on a 5-minute. This right here, if you just see the arrow, I don't trade the arrows because I call those compression alerts. It just means that the momentum within institutional money is starting to compress in a specific direction. It's just not confirmation enough for me to have confidence to get in. So we don't get in on arrows. These are these buy alerts. So these could have been, iffy if you would have closed out there, or maybe you would have waited until it started to go against you. I think this looks pretty good. I don't know the pip calculation on oil, but
So this works on the futures markets too, because I'm exclusively
Okay.
a futures trader.
okay.
Oh, there's some
Look
nice
at
ones
that.
right there.
This was earlier today.
Yeah, it's
Right.
not every day you find something that like that the farthest left buy, it's going straight down, and then when it closes, it's telling you to buy. So these entries, you guys are just insane, and the risk reward is just mind blowing.
Mind blowing.
Yeah. It's and
On some of
It's-
these, even if you wait till the next candle, just if you want like another confirmation, I mean, they're still going up.
yeah.
They're so nice.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. I mean, this is like, for me, this is real because I've never pulled this chart up. I have no idea, right? But you can imagine how much work we put into certain measurements and confirmations and APIs that are plugged into institutional money on knowing when the orders are coming in with strength to produce more pips than average. This is like a breakout indicator so I originally designed this just for the US 30, and it took so long. Oh my gosh, it was frustrating and nail biting, but I didn't lose heart because we would make advancements and then have a setback, and then make advancements and then have a setback. That's just how it goes. But it was what kept me going was US 30 has like 4, 5, 6 massive breakouts every day. And the breakouts are huge. I mean, you're talking thousands and thousands of pips on their breakouts. And I'm like, oh my gosh, if I could just get in before that happens. And we had some amazing breakthroughs. And what I like to share is it was like one day I was waking up out of bed, and Vanessa will tell you, because this happened a lot. She got to the point where I'd be excited and she just rolls her eyes. She's like,
Every day
oh,
was a new, like, I
dude.
have a breakthrough. And
Yeah.
then he'd call the beta group and we're all like, okay, so
yeah. And it
that was months and months of that.
yeah, it's like the journey of Edison to
Yeah.
invent the light bulb. But I remember one morning I finally woke up, and I believe in the supernatural totally. It's like, how else can I explain that after months and months of testing with our teams and our developers, that I wake up one day and like the answer just fell into my brain. It was like I woke up, you know, and you're kind of in that, they call it the theta state, where you're kind of half asleep, but you're kind of awake, and you just have a really clear sense of clarity of thought. And it just hit me on, I just saw it in my mind on where I need to adjust my measurements to measure the APIs that are plugged in with our institutional trackers and momentum swings and scenarios that really confirm a true breakout. It just hit me like in 1 second. And I said, that's it. And I called Coach Mo, because we were doing this every day together. And I said, I got it. And he's like, oh boy, you always say you got it. And I said, no. I was like, watch. Let's tweak this and make this change and watch what's going to happen to our results. That was it. It was game over. We did that. That was in the beginning of the year, and never looked back. And we start. So I'll share one cool story with you. We have a customer service rep on our team. Some of you may have had a chance to meet him. His name is Jordan Rosario. He's been trading for like a year or two, and he's always lost money. And I worked with him to try to teach him fundamentals of like support and resistance, and how to use the stochastic oscillator, and look at different time frames, and look at confirmations of engulfing candles and swings and reversals. And I really was trying to get him to have a fundamental understanding of price action. And he just, I thought like, okay, he's got it. And then he would still lose money. So I finally said, look, I'm going to stop trying to manually teach you. Just wait till my indicator's done and just follow the indicator. So he started 8 days ago for the first time in like 2 years. He started using the indicator, and his account right now, so he started on demo. His demo account first week, 72% on his demo account in 1 week, right? This is a guy that's lost every week for like 2 years. And look, he just texted today. He just went live yesterday, and he's up 15% on his live account. So
Hook me up.
I mean, that's like, I don't know if you could see that.
I see it. Yeah. Wow.
So I mean, so can you imagine what a blessing it is for us that, we talk about, we like to help people, and now we have a tool that we can legit help people with. And you know what's so cool is once you have this tool, you'll never have to loan anyone money ever again in your life. If you hate loaning money to your friends, you'll never have to make a loan, because if someone really needs a good money-making opportunity, you say, bro, I got something better than a loan. Check out this scalper software. You can make even more money than what you're asking to borrow on your own, pushing buttons from your phone, right? So
I mean, our kids, we have our kids.
Yeah,
My daughter, she's very entrepreneurial, and she's waiting for, to have access to it too. We haven't given her access to it just yet, but she trades. She trades, and she's just, I mean, she's watching us and she's seeing like, hey, this is something I can do. She wants to be an actress. So she's like, this is going to fund my career. You know what I mean? It's like, this is amazing.
Can you do crypto?
Yeah, people requested to see Bitcoin and gold.
Okay.
Yeah, BTC.
I'm really happy with the direction that this has gone in. It's more like a fireside chat with Vanessa and Sal than a formal presentation like we're used to. I'm really digging this.
So
oh, look at that.
These are the last two. This is on a 1 hour chart. If you guys tell me which time frame you want to look at, this is the 1 hour time frame for Bitcoin.
Let's do 5 minutes. I feel like people want to scalp mostly, but maybe not. I'd assume like 5 minutes or 1 minute.
Okay, 5 minute Bitcoin. So there's the last sell alert that came in just what 30, 40, an hour ago, I think, or less than an hour ago.
Yeah, we'd still be in that.
Yeah.
I'd still be holding.
The spread's high on this broker
Yeah.
for
Wow.
Bitcoin. There's the buy. Like, see, for me, you know, I use a couple different brokers. I wouldn't trade Bitcoin on margin on this broker just because the crypto spread is too high. The indices and forex spread is very manageable, and for gold as well.
Who do you
but
use, Al?
What's that?
Who do you use for crypto? Just curious.
I use a broker called FX Winning.
Okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, this is what's crazy, guys, is it's very hard to find a loss. That's what's so nuts. It's hard to find a trade that loses. There are trades that lose, and in fact, I promise you that like 90% of the losses that are incurred are going to be because of the user. Because, you know, based on price action, it would have been a winner if they would have just followed the rules. But some people, they'll get scared. You know, some people get nervous and they're going to psych themselves out and stuff.
Or red folder events, guys, we've noticed that if people aren't looking and they don't know that there's a red folder event, we've had some people lose because of that.
Yeah. So the
what do you
rule
guys
is, go ahead.
I was just gonna ask, what do you guys usually set as like your stop? Do you guys set a hard stop loss when you enter the trade? Do you guys just put it below the last wick? How do you guys usually set up your guys' like strategy when you enter a trade?
Sure. So there's two different ways to get out of the trade. There will end up being more ways, but I'm just sharing like what we've done, right? So the way we've always used this strategy is once the alert pops in, you take the trade, and then there's two ways to get out. The first way, which is the more conservative way, is if that position reaches a target of profit for yourself, like let's say you've made 1% gain on that floating profit, 2% gain. So then you closed it because that was enough profit on that trade. The second way, that's more aggressive, if you want to try to maximize the breakout, is you hold on to it until you get an opposite color engulfing candle. And so here's what I do is I take two trades on every alert. I double click the entry, and then the first trade, I close that out when it's reached the target of profit, usually of about between 1% to 2% of profit. And then the second trade, I'll hold on until I get an opposite color engulfing candle. And so my results, I mean, I get insane results. I could double my account in a day with that. But what happens is sometimes the 1 or 2% profit that I made on the first trade gets wiped out because let's say the next candle is a really fast moving engulfing candle and I have to close and it wiped out my profit. But then the ones that where the second position does run, the profits, it's like a 1 to 50 risk to reward ratio, and it more than makes up for my losses. So I probably have more losses than some of the people using the scalper, but my overall gain is way bigger. But that's because I have an aggressive personality. So as far as stop loss, my stop loss is always on the entry candle that you got in on. If the very next price action that develops engulfs that entry candle, I close it. So my maximum loss is one candle. And that's what's so neat, because it's such a tight loss that you should never lose more than 3 or 4% on your account. That should never happen. If that's happening, either your lot sizes are like way too high, or you're not closing fast enough.
Yeah, I mean, when I looked at it and have seen the buy signals, my thought process is always, okay, most of the time when you see the buy below that wick, it never goes below that wick where the buy is, like the example that's on the screen right now. And then my thought process would just be to run a trailing stop. So first put my stop under that wick, then let it start rising, and then follow the stop loss up as it goes, like pull it up, be underneath the next green candle, and then keep pulling it up as it goes and see how long you can let it run.
That's sick. Yeah, so I've done that we did that for like 6 months during testing, and that's a very, very good strategy. And my stop loss is actually, it's 125% of the last green candle. So I don't put it right at the base.
Yeah.
I go a little bit lower to really
Lower.
make sure that it's a true engulfing candle, so that I don't get taken out by just a wick, or just, you know, at an equal retracement level. What was the other instrument you guys said? You said
Gold.
crypto. Okay, gold. And any recommendation on time frame?
5 minute. Actually, I don't know gold, so I can't say. I don't know if 5 minute is a good.
Okay. So
is
these
good
are the
for
last
gold.
2 sell alerts that popped in on gold on the 5 minute. And I could go back some more. Let's see. There's the third from last one.
Right at the top, you guys. That's insane.
Yeah, there for sure. I look at that one. So, you know, this is, you guys know, you guys that are traders, this is very special.
Yes.
It really, I've used so many buy and sell alert indicators, and they never worked, you know, and they look amazing when they're trying to sell it to you. And then when I actually tried it, it's like, okay, no, that's not how it works. You guys are tricking people, right? Go to a person selling an indicator and say, hey, can I try it for free for a month? And when they say, no, you're crazy, say, well, look at this 8-minute trader team. You know, they let us get on their live trading calls every day for free. That's the new standard, baby.
Yeah. That's the new standard indeed. And that brings up a point, you know, that I brought up in the beginning, and that is for 2 weeks, for the next 2 weeks, and we've been doing this for 2 weeks now already. But for the next 2 weeks, you can invite as many people as you can get in front of, and invite them for free to check this out for themselves. This is what I love so much about it, Sal, is that I don't have to convince anybody of anything. I'm just saying, come and check it out. And then you decide what you want to do in 2 weeks. If if you're excited about it, you know, you'll join us. And if you're not, then you'll go away and, you know, I don't know, do something else. But I think, you know, we've been going for just over an hour, and I don't want to take up any more of your time, Sal and Vanessa, but I can't tell you how much I appreciate you spending your time with us. I love that this turned into a conversation as opposed to a presentation. I think that's really, really cool. I want to ask Jamsey and Dabo if they'd like to say any final words, and then we'll wrap it up. We'll get this video rendered and we'll get it out to everybody.
I mean, all I'm going to say is just show up and try it. Like, that's all you got to do. Show up, try it while you can. And I mean, even once it's paid, it's still worth showing up, paying it, and trying it. And again, like you'll never know. What is it? You miss 100% of the chances you don't take, right? So it's like, go ahead and test it out, especially while it's free, and you'll know for yourself. And from there, you can make an educated decision on if this is something you want to do or not. But from my 6 years of experience trading, I've never seen anything like this, bar none. Nothing even comes close. You know, we're used to looking for 7 to maybe up to 15% a month for anything that's legit, and anything that's like a potential rug. That's when you get into the 100% area, you know? So to have something where you get to keep your actual custody of your money and still see results around the 2, 3, 4, 5, even more, potentially more % daily, it's unheard of, period. So that's my 2 cents. Come show up, test it out, find out for yourself.
Thanks, Dabo.
Yeah, I'll say here really quick, you guys have seen it. For those of you joining the calls, maybe this is your first time, but I'll say it again, no legacy is created by standing still. So make some moves. And right now you can make some moves for free. So what is the harm here except for losing time? I know time is precious, but morning calls, come on, we're on there, what, a few minutes? And if you want to stay longer, it's just crazy. It's crazy. So 9:30 a.m. Eastern. Typically
None of you guys have excuses. I got to wake up at 3 a.m. to be on these calls.
That's a really good point, Davo. So listen, just to wrap things up, whoever invited you to this call, get back with that person and tell them what your intentions are. Okay. This is Scott Jamsey, the Dabo Show. And if you're on this call, you were invited by probably one of us or someone in our group, in the Fire Team 1 group, and we are tearing it up. I mean, we intend to, and we offer a lot of support. There are a lot of things that we can do to help you advance your business. There are two ways to make money, or multiple ways to make money here. There's one just in the trading, and then you can make money with the business, inviting people to the call, inviting people to the morning activities, and let them watch and convince themselves that they want to be a part of this. And that's another very, very lucrative income stream. And, you know, you've heard the saying before, you know, rich people have multiple income streams. I have 9 different income streams. All right. So when one of them goes away, I don't panic. When 2 or 3 or 4 go away, I don't panic. All right. So you can have at least 4 income streams from this activity right here. So I urge you all to get back with the person who invited you here. Thank you very much for attending, and we'll see you guys later.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Guys.
Right
See
on,
ya.
guys. Jamsey, they want
Thanks.
the Vader mask next time.